Hello, hello, hello. This is Skip again. I want to touch on a subject: keywords. Um, Keywords are something that are really ultimately critical in any kind of marketing when you're doing marketing online. The whole purpose of keywords is to help people find you, find what it is you're marketing, find out more about your website, whatever it is. So, we embed keywords into our content. Very important. We embed keywords in our advertising and our marketing. And over the years, there's been some pretty significant changes. I've had all kinds of different keyword programs, some of them fairly expensive, designed to go out and look for keywords and keyword phrases, or what is also commonly referred to as long tail keyword phrases. This is an area that, well, at one time it was kind of crazy and not everybody really understood it. It's getting to be more and more common. And I wanted to simplify this just a little bit for you. There are certain things when it comes to making websites functional and to making yourself visible online. It's just true that 96% of the people who go online and attempt to do business just simply fail. Never make more than a dollar or two or $100 or whatever, just very very little money for all the money they may have spent on getting there. There are a lot of things over the years of tools and systems that you have to pay for your different online tools, like the keyword programs that we used to pay for, that now, as I share with you, you'll see where you can get, you can get that basically for free. Um, but there are programs, autoresponders, and various things, and part of systems that you're going to pay for over a period of time, and they're really critical in the process of marketing online. Um, the trick is, how do you use those tools and then combine the necessary elements so that people will actually see you, and in seeing you, you might get some of those people who have seen you to convert into actual business. Only 4% ever really make it, and of the 4%, there's only 4% who really make it big time. And so you're competing for rare air there. You're competing for a position that very few people make it. But some of the tips I'm going to share with you, and as you move through, there's going to be in my blog. You'll see an awful lot of information. You'll also see the 4% program, where there's tons of information. I want to give you access to all the information you'll ever need to really succeed online. There's I digress here maybe just a little bit. So many people want to try and go online and whatnot, and it seems like the perception is that it's reserved for the younger people who could understand the technologies because they grew up with computers in their hands. And that's true to an extent. But let me tell you something. It doesn't matter how old you are, how young, how old. It really doesn't matter. If you really are serious about making a change, if you're really serious about doing something that is incredibly lucrative and that can set you free from all the norms, you can do it. And I don't care. I'm 72 years old. I'm just beginning. I wrote my first book on the subject 20 years ago, and so there's been a lot of evolution since. But there is no reason that somebody really wanting to do something can't go in and learn because of the systems that are available. The one thing I would caution: there are a million systems out there that give you bits and pieces of the puzzle. It's incredibly difficult, if not on borderline impossible, to find those who connect the dots to say, here's the individual elements of a system, and then connect the dots so that they'll all work together in one nice, effective package of elements that can really reach people and do a lot of business. So there's the 4% really gets that done, and that's why I work with 4% base, 4% platform. That said, now I've got to bring up something here, so I see it. I'm going to put up a slide, fairly simple. I've just got this right next to me, so if you see me staring at it, that's why. I'm going to bring up a slide to really simplify the whole thing of keywords. Now, I'm using the keywords in my case because I'm going to do some Google AdWords. You got Google and Bing, and you got other sources and whatnot where keywords play an important part. But I want to show you something that's just really cool. And now you can get it, and if you've got Google, you've got it. It works beautifully. What you want, here's the idea. It's not just a single word, but it's a word phrase. It's a group of words. People, when they go online and search for something, will search based on certain phrases or words or things that make sense. And there's those that are very common combinations of words, common search phrases that people will use. And there's those that are kind of arbitrary and not quite as common. So you want the most common to get the most people that are going to be utilizing keywords and keyword phrases that when you use them, you'll have that something in common, and you'll be exposed to the larger number of people. I hope this is making sense. So anyway, what we're going to do, I'm putting up this this chart now. Now I want you to look at it. In the upper left hand, you're going to notice where it says Google, and you'll see a little element there that says right in the search bar, that says starting and building an online business. Okay. Now I put that in there just as a phrase to say, okay, this is a subject that I'm pursuing, and I want to know what some keyword phrases are that people commonly use to achieve the same thing or to find the same end result. So when you see that, you'll see a drop down from that. You'll see, how to start online business with no money, how to start a small online business, how to start online business from home. Now, those are all phrases that people will commonly use to facilitate a search. Those are some of the more common phrases that people will use. Now, if you look over to the right-hand side, you'll see a list of keywords, and these have values on them. And the values will usually have something to do with the value of that particular keyword phrase, making the higher value being the more popular combinations and that kind of thing. But if you look over there, you'll see, if you can read it on that screen, you'll see that list says related keywords. I got to get up close to it to see it very well, the graph that I've got here. You'll see related keywords, online business ideas for beginners, how to start online businesses from home, etc. You'll see that whole list over there. Well, that list is something that you can really utilize those. Now, there's another thing you want to do, and I didn't put this in this slide, but it's very simple. When you do like for example a Google AdWord, you want to put those AdWords in brackets, and the brackets are very important because what will happen is that will mean that when people use those specific word phrases, that by you using that, you'll identify with more people that are using that exact word phrase. It's very targeted. Now, overall, you may not get as many people coming into your site as you would in doing this method. But when you leave out the brackets, it means that people can go in and they might only see business with no money. And so you're going to get a whole bunch of people looking for business with no money. You're going to get elements of those words or word combinations that are going to produce a lot of people, but they may not be targeted people that have already expressed an interest very specifically in what you're offering, what you're doing. So those brackets are really important. It may produce a fewer number of people, but they're more targeted, they're more select, and they're people who have already very specifically inquired about information on that subject and what you're doing. So I'm hoping that little graph is going to help you out just a little bit. When you're going into Bing ads or Google ads or any of those kinds of things, this is critical information. It's also useful in meta tags. And meta tags are nothing more than keywords and keyword phrases that by putting those in in your website and in your ads and in your copy, there's always a place for meta tags. Well, that helps to increase the visibility, and when a search is done on your site, it's going to be more visible if you're using those meta tags. There's also such a thing as web crawlers that evaluate sites. And so the more you can do in content to make that content relative to what works and what's popular, the better off you are. So, that's just a quick overview. But trust me, by knowing what I just shared with you, boy, that can make a huge difference, night and day. Because most people don't know about these things. And as a result, they're flying blind, and they put stuff out there they can't understand why nobody's going to their websites, nobody's recognized them. Now, those keywords by themselves are not the total picture, not absolute magic, but it's a big deal. Excuse me, I don't know where the cough came from. Anyway, just know that search engine optimization for a website is important, and there's a lot of elements on it that go beyond just the keywords. But without the keywords, the keyword phrases, you kind of operate, you're kind of lost, you're kind of like flying blind, and you're going to miss out on a lot of people. So I hope that's something you can use. Moving forward, I'm going to be giving you a lot of little bits and pieces and whatnot, and see if I can't connect you with the kinds of things that are going to help you through some of the tough spots when you have questions. My job is to kind of coach you, direct you, help you, share with you some of the elements that make a difference. Some of my own frustrations as I've gone through my growth period, and how I've overcome some of the challenges and whatnot to get to the place where I can be effective online. It's all about being effective. And I've said this. I probably say it in every video I've ever done, and that is that it's not about the money. Is money necessary? Yes, it's a great unit of measure, and we need the money. It's about lifestyle. It's about choices. It's about living a life where you can be productive, you can make a difference, and you can feel good about yourself and what you do. You can feel good about yourself. You can feel good about what you've contributed and the fact that you really are making a difference for others, and feel good about the fact that you personally have choices. You can do things in life. You can do some of the things you maybe always have wanted to do, have some of the things you've always wanted to have, and it's what I call finishing well in life. If you can finish well and come out on top, and it doesn't matter, young, old, whatever. I would rather do this than trade time for dollars and know that I can really make a difference, and enjoy a lifestyle that I've worked hard for. And so if you're just beginning, or you're near retirement and you're looking for something to do, there's an awful lot here for you, and starting an online business is amazing. So continue to go through the site, leave comments if you would. I'm going to have lots more information. You can go through my blogs and whatnot. I'll have some very specific training information. There is a entrepreneurial show that I have on the website that's got tons and tons of information. So enjoy, and I'm going to save you from a lot more rambling dialogue here. I can go on forever. I just have fun doing it. So I hope you have fun listening to it, and that it makes a difference for you. In the meantime, be prosperous. Enjoy what you do. Life is good. God bless. I'll talk to you again soon. Thanks.